What up, YouTube? Back with another video. This is basically an unboxing. As y'all can see, it's probably got something to do with the reducers, the 6x9 reducers that I just posted the other day. I actually hit them with it's a walnut, I believe, American walnut. Just hit it with a nice little stain. Basically, it's a stain plus the polyurethane. Actually looks pretty good. It's MDF, so of course it doesn't have the grains on it. So of course, if it had the grains, if it was like some birch wood or some oak, something like that, you could, the walnut would make the grains pop out. But other than that, it looks pretty good to me. So I stained both of them same, just exactly the same. So, and these are the old reducers that I had before. These are the ones that I have in there currently right now. I took this one out to do like a comparison. But as y'all can see, this is made out of some kind of plywood, I believe. I actually got these from GP Car Audio as well. I got these for half the price that I got these. And as y'all can see, it's pretty thin. Not very sturdy or thick. And as y'all can see, they're kind of beat to hell. It's a lot of wear and tear from me changing mid-ranges all the time. I'm always going through mid-ranges because I can't figure out which ones to leave in there. My rear deck is actually not that high from where my box is, so every time I move my box in and out, it scrapes or it hits, it wedges it right underneath the magnet, between the magnet of the speakers in the rear deck and the box. It gets wedged in there, so I can't even take the box out without having to remove the rear deck speakers every single time. So that's a real pain. So every time I would have to do that, I would have to remove the speakers as well, just to pull the box out and then stick it back in there. So yeah, it's a pain in the ass. So these are the old ones. These are the 6x9 to 6.5 reducers. I think they go, I took a little bit more off the middle, but they go from, I think, 6x9s to 6.5 to 5 1/4, if I'm not mistaken. That's what they're made for. So I've really put them to use. And these, as you can see, this one right here, that's 3/4 MDF. So that's a huge difference. I mean, this thing's solid. Pretty sure this one's not gonna get worn out as fast as this one. So as y'all can see, there's the thickness. Huge difference. So this is actually what's gonna go in now. I just got to get the holes lined up on this one, throw my mid-ranges in it, and then also, of course, I got a little cutout for the tweeter. I had some Sky High Car Audio tweeters. They were 3.5, I believe 3.5 inches, and they were too big for the cutouts, and I would not have enough clearance to make to stick them in there. Even if I cut some more out of the cutout, it would actually come, I would actually have to take some of the end piece off right here, so it would have a huge gap right here. I mean, it wasn't gonna work. So I sent those back, even though I really wanted to try them. I sent those back, and this is where this box comes into play. So without further ado, let me get right into it. So in here basically is the tweeters that I'm going to run in these pods, and then As some of you already seen the post that I posted a couple weeks ago about the timpano. They some timpano, they're shallow mount mid-ranges, which were not that bad. I'm not gonna lie. I only got one because I wanted to see how the sound quality was, because that was the first, or that was the first mid-range shallow mount as far as timpano goes. So I wasn't really sure if I was going to like the sound or not, and if it was going to be enough clearance for me to leave them in there and not have to pull them out every time I take my enclosure out. So that was the main reason for getting shallow mid-ranges, is that way I could leave them in there without having to take them out. So as y'all can see, here's the tweeters. PRV, soft dome, 100 watts. I think my bass brother Mark Woods actually has some of these, I believe. I've seen him, I think he has these. I'm not sure if he has them in his Jeep, in his vehicle. But whenever I seen them, I was like, oh man, I gotta get some of those. They were nice. PRV sticker. Of course, here's your warranty. About that. These are pretty nice. I like these. I usually go for the bullet style tweeters, which are pretty big and bulky. 4 ohms. These are the TW100SD-4, which are the 4 ohms, 50 watts RMS, 100 watts program, and 200 watts peak. Of course, it comes with the bass blocker. And basically, you crimp them in. So those are pretty nice. I like these. And I think they come with some kind of brackets to mount them. Yep. The brackets. Actually, I think, that's pretty cool. So you can actually mount them like that. Nice. Never thought of that. Didn't know they came with these kind of brackets. But I'm not using them for that. I'm basically going to throw them in this pod right here. So it almost fits flush. So y'all can see that. So all I gotta do is I got a little router bit. All I have to do is just take some of this out, and this should slide right in. I hit it with a little bit of either some glue, Gorilla Glue, or some wood glue. I have them sitting right in there. So that's basically what it's going to look like. So I'm gonna have a tweeter in each one, PRV. That's pretty nice. I like these. I see why Mark liked them so much. He thinks they're nice. So get that out of the way. So this one. So these are the PRV shallow mounts. These are mid-range. You can see that. Slim. They're the slim mid-range bullet loudspeakers. So these are the slims. But as you can see, shallow. So I'm going to go with these PRVs instead of the timpanos. I actually have the timpano here. there's a timpano I had in the car. I had one of these in there just trying out, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the sound quality was not bad. But I ended up getting a pair of these. I threw one in the car just to see how it sounded, and it actually got louder than the timpano. Slightly better quality, even though PRV makes timpano. Still, it was slightly louder than the timpano. So this is a mid-range, and these I believe are shallow, the shallow edition, shallow mount. So as y'all can see, and these are the previous tweeters I had in there, timpano as well. So you can see how I was going with the same brand. The other one actually blew up on me. Guess a little bit too much power, but blew up on me. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go with new speakers, new mid-range, and then new tweeters. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna pair it up, PRV mid-range and then PRV tweeters. So, and they should go perfect. They should go perfect in those pods. So there you go. Basically, it looks like the same speaker. You have to see. Look at that. So about the same height. This one's slightly smaller because it's the slim edition. The basket's a little bit shorter. So as y'all can see, this is why I'm going with these style. Give me some extra space in between the bottom of the rear deck and the enclosure. So, and I really like these magnets. These are nice. 125 watts, 4 ohm slim. These are 150 watts RMS. So even though these are supposed to be stronger than these, the PRV still got louder. I mean, the only thing I'm not a big fan of is look how close they are to the magnet. I had to bend the previous one. The one I had before, I had to bend it outward, and it kind of loosened this up a little bit, so I was not too happy about that. You see there's a little bit of space. I can actually put my finger between this one. I can't really do it on this one. Yeah, there's literally almost touching. That's the only thing I don't like about these, but that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to go with the PRVs instead of the timpanos. So this is what it's going to look like. So it's going to be PRV slim, and then the PRV soft dome tweeters. So nice little pair I got going on. So that's basically all I wanted to show you. Show you all these pods that I got, and then the speakers that are going in the pods. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on those. And as soon as I get them installed, I'll go ahead and post a little clip of how they look, of how the speakers and the tweeters look inside the pods. And as soon as I get them in there, I can go ahead and install them. I'll do a demo of how they sound. I'm gonna run these off of the JP34AB, all 4 of them. So hopefully everything sounds good. But that's basically all I wanted to show you. I know I made this video longer than what I wanted to, but I had to go into detail as to why I was going with these PRVs instead of the timpanos, and why I was not going with these why I was not going with these tweeters anymore. So yeah. So no more timpano. Now I'm going with PRV. So As soon as I get that done and installed, I'll go ahead and make another video and I'll show you what that looks like and then what it sounds like, of course. But that's basically all I got. To the next one.